Alright, so this channel is actually supposed to start being the first, Juggalo channel. I was gonna start playing video games and just doing things that you don't really see any channels do that have, the Juggalo family attached to it. But some information came clear to me today. Well, not today, it was, I believe yesterday. I went to go see my daughter, and I have two of them. But one's in Virginia. Mother does not like me. Relationship ended pretty badly, and I didn't even know if it was my kid. So for a year and a half, I didn't speak to her. Court case came up, took the DNA test. Her kid's mine. Well, on that note, I want to be part of that child's life. So I started messaging her. I messaged her family. I messaged anybody I knew that knew her, trying to be a part of my child's life. The only message I got back was from her new guy, and he said flat out that he'd been there since day one, and that because I had some small inkling that it wasn't my kid, it's my fault, and that the child support I pay isn't enough for me to have the right to see my child. Now, I'll admit that because I wasn't there from day one, that I'm not her true father right now. He's been there since day one, and I will give him props for being there since day one. Someone had to be there. It wasn't me, and I'm not okay with it, but I can deal. But one, he had no right to freaking get involved in it. He had nothing to do with it, other than the fact that he got with her after I left her. Well, fast forward a few months, and I've been going through court, dealing with having to pay back child support because I lost my job, and I'm doing good. No jail time, nothing. I've been able to see my other daughter, Genevieve, and me and my ex-wife's relationship has gotten better. We're friends now. We can actually spend time with my daughter and actually be a family. And it's okay with my fiance, Maggie. So everything's going good. And then I go to see my daughter yesterday, and we have fun. Cutest kid in the world. But my ex-wife decided, or we were talking about the fact that I hadn't been able to see my other child, and she was like, well, I'm friends with your ex on Facebook, and I'll look up pictures, or, I'll look up her Facebook, and she's going through her Facebook, and the first post she sees is the post of a letter that says, I have a 30-day arrest warrant put out for me for failure to appear in court. Well, the odd thing is, every time I've had a court case, there's always been a letter sent, a phone call made, or, some type of way to tell me that I have this court date. So I've showed up to every court date for anything I've ever been told, so that way I don't go to jail, and that way my children actually have their money. But I was not informed of this court case, and it happened on the 14th. Well, according to the letter, and 30-day arrest warrants put out for me, and I'm going to jail, according to the letter. And this chick, all she posted on Facebook was that, you can keep the money, send his ass to jail, fucking karma. Well, it's not really karma. I've been trying to pay, and I've been trying to be in, the child we had together's life. You've chosen not to let me do that. I get that you have another kid, and that, you don't want me to be messing around and coming up there and confusing her because she thinks other guy's her dad. But are you really that fucking hateful? Like, really? Is it that bad that I want to be a part of the kid's life? And, most guys would, I mean, you hear it about it all the time. Most guys are just like, oh, fuck this shit. I don't want anything to do with that. But as a juggler, the number one thing is family. And I want to be there for my family, whether it be blood, friends, or whatever. And when somebody doesn't allow me to do that, that claims they're a juggalo, claims they're a juggalette and they believe in family and all this shit, that's not family. Family don't do that. I mean, regardless of the trouble we had, there's a kid there, and that kid's are supposed to know who their real father is and who their real mother is. But in this day and age, that's not how it works. It's all for the mother. Child support is supposed to go towards the child, and yet half the time it doesn't. And even if you pay child support, you don't necessarily get the right to see your kid. You can pay child support all freaking day long. You could be paying thousands of dollars a week. Doesn't matter. You could be $10 to freaking $1 million. Child support has nothing to do at all with whether or not you see your child. It's all up to the mother, unless you can get it put in court and put in writing that you're allowed to see that child. Which is just fucking insane. Because I bust my ass every day trying to work. Yes, I lost my job. Yes, I got behind in child support, but I'm keeping up with it now. I mean, I'm getting back to where everything's good in this, world, and then this freaking shit just happens, and I really don't know what to do. I mean, it's killing any plans that I had for the near future, because if I go to jail for 30 days, I lose my job, then I can't pay child support, and I get back behind, and I have to go back to court, and then are they going to send me back to jail because I don't have a job, because I can't pay, because they sent me to jail in the first place to make me lose my job? It's a backwards system that doesn't make any sense. And I've seen some of the people that go into court, and there was this one guy. He's insane, but he's been trying to pay child support, and I think he owed like 16 grand. It was all ready to be forgiven. He wouldn't have to pay it back. The mother was fine with it. But then the grandmother who had been helping the child, or helping watch the child, was told by the child support attorney that, oh, well, if, he has to pay it back, he owes you 6 grand still. And you don't have to accept this. You can get that 6 grand. And as soon as she heard, oh, 6 grand, wait a minute. Nope, I don't want to forgive it. And this guy's going to get sent to jail for 90 days. Because it's his third, offense, and they're like, oh no, you're going to jail. And it's like, people are that freaking money hungry that they want to send somebody to jail just because of the fact that they owe X amount of money, even when they're planning on forgiving it in the first place. It's sad the way people are about money. And ironically enough, I'm supposed to get, I think, $504 back in taxes. And my original plan with taxes was that I was going to take half of it, put it towards my daughter Genevieve, and the other half I was going to put towards my other child, Chloe. Catch up on my child support and make sure she has something. Even if I can't see her, I want her to have some type of, financial help. Even if somebody else is helping her, I don't care. I want to help her. But now I'm possibly going to jail, and I'm going to end up losing my freaking job over it. I mean, it's not much of a job, but it's something that can actually pay for some things. But I will say that when I do get out, or whatever happens, I go to jail, or if I don't, once I get out and everything's get straight, I'm gonna attempt to make the first ever Juggalo gaming slash information. I mean, I've got face paint sitting here. I wish I could put it on, but I gotta be to work at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. And can't as much as I want to. I can't go to or the place that I work at in face paint. It'd be pretty awesome though. But I'm just gonna leave y'all guys with this. If you have a child and you and your significant other do not work out, for the guys, don't be a douche. Stand up for your kid. Take care of them. Be there for that child. And to the women, don't use a child as a bargaining chip. If the baby's father is still paying child support, let them see that child. Let them be a part of their life. Let them actually do something. Don't use them as they're not a commodity. Let them actually be there. On that note, much clown love. Woo woo.